News Talk 1280, KIT. So you start out in life as a biologist and everything becomes animalistic, especially carnivores. When you talk carnivores, you're talking meat. And when you talk meat, you're talking burgers. When you talk burgers, you're talking to Dr. Matt Ulhman. Why is that? Well,
Yeah, really. Wait a minute.
wait,
What?
that's a big leap. But he's the man in the know about burgers. He's made it a science of discovery. I have to ask. He's on the phone. Matt, good morning, sir. How are you?
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, so was the quest for the ultimate burger as challenging as med school?
You know, each of them have their own challenges. There was less driving in medical school, and we were full much more often with the Burger Quest as well.
So I'm going through Facebook, and I know that you probably got a zillion followers, so maybe a lot of folks have seen this, but the post last night said 18 months of searching high and low in the Washington Burger Quest. We've compiled our list of the top 10 burgers in Washington, and I love burgers, so I thought, man, we got to get the doc in here to talk about it. So what launched your search? How did you guys decide to do this, and who's all involved?
You know, it's a really funny story. So about kind of 18 months ago, right at the beginning of the pandemic, and when everything had shut down, we would kind of randomly be like, "Hey, let's go try food somewhere." And so we would drive. It started off going like to Natchez and Ellensburg and things. And one day we actually went out to Laredo Drive-In. We rode our bikes out there, and my now 9-year-old Gabriel said, "Hey, Dad, these burgers are really good. We should try burgers like in different places. Could we do a burger quest?"
Nice.
And it was like, yeah, we absolutely should.
Yeah.
And so we started, we started sort of in the area that we could get to within an hour or so, kind of Cle Elum down into the lower valley, and it kind of morphed into this thing to where we would take weekend trips and we would plan where we were going based on what places were there on the way there and on the way back.
Nice.
All right, where's the best burgers? Where's the best burgers?
So we, one of the big things that we tried to do was not just be like, hey, here's 7 from places that are immediately by us and 2 others that we tried. We went as far as like Orcas Island and then over to Spokane down to kind of by Vancouver, out onto the peninsula. The places that ultimately we found were the best, and this was really good to have my better half Missa with us. She has, I think, a better palate than I do. And is very discerning in saying, well, this is the thing that we like that's really good about this. The places that we liked the best, there was a place in Packwood called
I know.
Cliff Droppers.
That's good stuff.
That was the best place that we found, and it was consistently, we went there a couple of times. So that was our favorite place. The second was a place called Bill and Bees over in Centralia. And then actually over at Laredo, Burger in Natchez was our third place one. Others in the area, Campus Utotem up in Ellensburg was one of the favorites. There's a place in Easton called Mountain High Burgers that you drive past just before you're getting up towards Snoqualmie over on the right side of the road. They had some really good ones. And then the Firing Center, Chevron, the Bullseye.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
Burger place there is that they're doing some really good stuff there.
What makes it?
And then like the pep. Oh, go ahead.
No. Then the Pep Boys. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say the Peppermint Stick is the other place that we consistently like out in Union Gap.
Oh yeah.
All right, so what makes the perfect burger? Why does is it the meat, the condiments, the there's a whole YouTubes about what's the best order to put the cheese, lettuce, tomato, and all that stuff together, or do you like it just for the pure burgerness of it?
There's absolutely a science to it, and I'm not smart enough to understand that science. We're just after we would get a bacon double cheeseburger, a thing of fries or onion rings, and a chocolate shake everywhere that we went just to keep it consistent.
Yeah.
Somebody once a friend of mine brought up, were you the same amount of hungry every time?
Ooh, that's a good.
We said, no, it was harder to control that. But
yeah.
So things that we
Go ahead,
the things that we consistently like were like smash burgers, ones that have a little bit of crispy edge on it.
Oh yeah, those
really
are
good bacon, and then
yeah,
like legit cheese. And sweet relish was a big detriment in our mind.
Yes.
Don't put sweet relish
No.
on the burger.
No.
So here it is, Lance. Here's my situation. My urologist, guy that's going to be like poking around inside me, if you know what I mean, tells me he doesn't understand the science of burgers, but he's going to be fine checking out my bladder. Wait a minute.
That's exactly right. You know what? Again, medical school was very, very specific. The things that there's too much to learn about burgers.
Yeah, maybe Ace, maybe so. Well, it was a fun list to see, and now you know what you've done. You've given us all a list of places that we want to go check out.
Okay, so the Laredo. In that cheese, did you try the biggest burger? I mean, like their pounder or something like that, or no? You said you tried the double
cheeseburger,
double cheeseburger with bacon. Oh,
we initially started, and we were getting kind of like most places have kind of like a fun, giant burger or something where they, it's like, there was a place up in Joyce, Washington, called the Blackberry Cafe. I think that was our number 4 place.
Yeah. They
had a burger. They had a burger called the Sasquatch Burger, and it actually is the only regret that we have on the entire thing is that we didn't order this. It's a 20-pound or a 20-ounce patty, and like the thing weighs like 4 pounds, and like it was like $40, and so it just like we couldn't justify doing that, but. That's the only place that we really were like, God, we wish we would have gotten that one in addition to the others.
All right, so
but.
I'm a total I just want cheese, and if it's bacon, I want cheese, I want bacon, I want meat. I don't want any.
Same here.
I don't want any of the other stuff. And looking at your pictures, man, you got everything on those burgers. It looks like
there were some sloppy burgers. They were really good.
All right, so what's the next family challenge? Matt, as you look ahead, you've conquered the state's burger world. You got such a great imagination, sense of humor. What's the next big challenge?
We've been on kind of on just a food quest in general. So we have a couple of concurrent things. We're actually going to continue looking for burgers because there's still parts of the state that we want to explore a little bit more. And people have been like on Instagram. My handle is the Eaton Road. We're asking people, hey, where do you want us to try? And so there's a lot of folks that are saying, hey, there's a little spot over here. And we're really trying to do mom and pop sorts of places.
Yeah.
But other things are just our kids are super adventurous eaters. And so, if we hear about a place that has opened, we'll try it. We started a sandwich quest recently, kind of an offshoot of the burger quest of finding who's got the best kind of eclectic sandwiches, or even just stuff like Reuben's and Monte Cristos and things. Just because that's something that we'll get from folks who say, hey, where do I get the best of this? And it's like, well, I can tell you about burgers. I don't know who has the best club sandwich. So be looking for pictures of other big sandwiches.
Doc, what about miners? These staples in the valley. I don't hear you telling us about these staples. How did they not measure up?
Oh, so I will tell you, and we get that from a lot of people. I love miners, I love majors, and really Stop and Go is another place that we hit up a lot.
Yeah.
We love all the local places.
Yeah.
The miner burger is a great we want to order one burger and feed 5 of us sort of thing. But once I think we tried our number is at 65 or 66 places that we've gone to. And so once we start getting into, we've tried that many, it's little nuancy things are the edges crispy on the burger?
Yeah.
How good was the bacon that you used?
Yeah.
Is the even there's burgers that we find that aren't seasoned, that aren't salty enough. And little things like that really start being oh, this is a bigger deal. But things the fry, the Miner burger is right in the middle. Their fries are awesome, and we love their shakes as well.
Yeah.
And the family's just lovely.
Yeah,
so
we know. Yeah.
It's tough to call it a quest when you're just going down the street, right?
No,
this is a quest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
Good
it sounds
stuff.
like a ton of fun. Did your kids make up little checklist sheets or anything like that, so you could compare notes or anything?
They started rating places, so they rate stuff on their 5 stars, kind of Yelp style.
Yes.
And so they would taste something and be like, Dad, this is only like a 3, or Dad, we need to give this 7 stars. Like, this is really good. And they're little foodies, and so it's been fun to kind of, they're not the kids that just order chicken strips and macaroni places.
Yeah.
We went up to a place recently in Ellensburg, and our 7-year-old was like, I'd like prime rib. And it was like, oh, so you're like a 65-year-old on Friday night. This is perfect.
Think of the memories your kids are making with you guys, and
That's
you'll
cool.
look back on
It's
this
great.
for
That's
decades to come and
Yeah.
have great memories.